When I was 15, my world felt small and heavy. We lived in a tiny apartment with my mother and younger sister. My father had passed away years earlier, and since then, my mother worked long hours just to keep food on the table. I watched her come home, exhausted, every single night. Yet, she always managed a smile for us. I wanted to help so badly, but I had no idea how. One evening, I overheard my mother whispering on the phone, her voice filled with worry about making rent. That night, I couldn't sleep. I just kept asking myself, what can I do? I'm just a kid. The feeling of helplessness was overwhelming. But the next morning, I took a step I had never taken before. I walked into the small grocery store near our home and asked the owner if I could work after school. My voice was shaking. I was so sure he would just laugh and say no. But instead, he looked at me for a moment and said, "Come tomorrow. We'll see." That one simple step, that single moment of courage, changed everything. At first, the job was hard, really hard. I cleaned floors, stacked shelves until my arms ached, and carried boxes that felt heavier than me. Some days, I felt embarrassed wearing my old, worn-out clothes while kids my age walked past, laughing with their friends. But every week, when I handed my small paycheck to my mother, her eyes would fill with tears, and she would say, "I'm so proud of you." Those words, that pride in her eyes, gave me a strength I never knew I had. Balancing school and work was a huge challenge. I remember failing my first math test and feeling like a complete failure. I almost quit right then and there. But that night, my mother sat beside me as I struggled with my homework. She put her hand on my shoulder and said, "Hard work will never be wasted." Her belief in me was the fuel I needed to keep going. Slowly, things started to improve. I learned discipline from showing up every day, even when I was tired. I learned confidence from talking to customers and handling responsibilities. Most importantly, I learned that the effort you put in matters so much more than the fear that tries to hold you back. Years later, I found myself standing on a stage, receiving a scholarship that would change my future. And in that incredible moment, I realized something powerful. Life doesn't usually change in one big, dramatic flash. It changes in the small moments when you decide to take one brave step, especially when it's scary. That walk into a tiny grocery store all those years ago didn't just earn me a little money for rent. It taught me about responsibility. It taught me what courage feels like. It fundamentally changed the entire direction of my life. The moral I carry with me every day is this: one small, brave step taken with love and a sense of duty has the power to redefine your entire journey. So, if you're feeling stuck or helpless, remember my story. Think about what that one small step could be for you. It might be scary, but it could be the start of everything. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.